And now that I mentioned Stewie for this last thing, I want to bring up this one thing and then we can kind of wrap up. But for you, what was it like to see Stewie come back from her Achilles injury? And then, I mean, you can make I mean, Asia Wilson had a great season. I'm not taking that away from her. She had a fantastic season. Obviously, probably deserved the MVP spot. But I was like, well, you also could have made the argument that Stewie deserved it probably just as much, and they ended up winning the championship.
Yeah.
And obviously, Stewie's just as instrumental as Wilson is to um, both the teams. But what did you think about this comeback season for her?
So it's very unique because I was a part of her rehab. You know what I mean? So she spent her time down in LA getting working with the same doctors that worked with Kobe when he tore his Achilles and everything like that, and getting just the best of the best. And she really invested and she invested her own money into her rehab. That's how important it was to her. And that's just a little side note of the resources we have and don't have. Um, but it was, I mean, she is a relentless competitor. And there is a level that you would think most players would be at and that are top tier. And then there's that special that is above that top tier that only a select few are in those talks.
Mm-hmm.
And the way Stewie attacks the game, she's here, and she has high standards for herself. And it I was so like extremely happy for her and her successes this year because I was nervous. You know what I mean? I didn't know if she was going to try to press too hard or
Mm-hmm.
whatnot because she is that competitor. But I mean, the season that she had, I saw all the work she put in and whatnot, and it was just I couldn't have been more happy for her.
I mean, in recent history, when someone gets an Achilles injury, that's kind of it usually. I mean,
Right,
I'm not hoping that for Kevin Durant. Obviously, I hope he comes back just as
right,
strong. But for Kobe, even, I
right,
mean, afterwards, it wasn't even close to
right,
being the same. And
right.
for any other athlete that's had it, and hopefully Clay comes back too. But normally, that thing is not that you can't come back, but you're not going to come back the same.
Right, absolutely. And I would probably argue that um she came back definitely better. It gave her an opportunity. It's so weird because our league, it's like you play our season, then you go overseas, then you come back and you go overseas. And so the chance to really work on changing your body, or the chance to really work on your game and hone in on specific skill sets, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have the same time because there is no true off season. And
Right.
so in a weird way, Stewie had just come off all of this success. I mean, she was the best player in the world. She had won every top uh, category trophy you could win. She was a EuroLeague MVP champion, MVP regular season finals, and champion over here at the W. And I'm not going to say that's like, oh, and then this happened and it was so humbling and everything like that, but it, like, in a weird way, she was able to have an off season and really build and whatnot. And then when she was working her way back, she still had time before this season started.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it was like she yeah, she was injured, but she had like this off season. She got to hone in on certain things. She grew as a person. She got to learn herself even more through
Mm-hmm.
those challenges and whatnot. And I mean, you saw the results. So